What kind of music you putting on?
You know. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Can you see me? Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got a good one for you today. My name is Sharita. I'm the Behavior and Learning Strategist coming at you from the Morgan Unlimited Growth Institute, where you can find solutions for your child's behavior and learning challenges. We got a good one for y'all today. We're going to be talking about this very important topic. Let's stop waiting for the schools to do it. This is important because it's coming up on May. Some of my students, some of our children are finishing school now. Some of them are finishing school in June. And then we have the summer. The summer is a great time to get ahead of the game. And so much can be accomplished when we have a customized action plan to improve our children behaviorally and academically from home. So I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to give you 6 tips to get things in gear, set up the structure, have your child growing from home. So when they go back to school and in the fall, they're going to be much better than they left. Do y'all know how important this is? I've talked to teachers, and I was a teacher myself, and we talk about how during the summer, kids lose a lot of what they learned. And when they come back rusty, okay? So we don't want our kids going back rusty, do we? We don't want the teachers to have to jump start and really work hard to get them to sit down properly, to pay attention, to focus, to get into working again, all right? I'm going to introduce y'all. You probably already know this is my daughter, Jazzy. Come on in. She's shy, but she has agreed. She has agreed to say hello real quick. So go ahead and say hi to the people.
Hello.
It's my first baby, okay? She's 15. I'm not finished talking about you. Get over here. It's a beautiful girl of mine. She's 15 years old. Look at her. Taller than me, even though I never admit it. But she is definitely taller than me. And she helped me set everything up today. So thank you, Jazz. She helped me with the light, getting the lighting together. So I was having a little issue with that and everything. She helped bring the board up and set this up. So thank you, darling, very much. She's gonna shake her hand. Thanks. She put on some 90s hip hop and R&B. She know her mom like. Okay. So, how we doing? Everything looks good. Let me check. Make sure the setup is good before we rock and roll. While I'm doing that, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I know you already met my oldest daughter, but I'm a wife and a mother of 2 daughters, okay? So my husband and I, we met in high school. We're high school sweethearts. We've been rocking since 1997, y'all. Yeah, I just dated myself, okay? And then we had Jazzy, and then 15 minutes later, we had Maya. So we have 2 daughters. And raising a teenager and raising a kindergartner, just finished being a toddler and then becoming independent. And the same thing with my teenager. It's definitely an adventure, okay? I taught my kids, whether they went to public school or not, I homeschooled my oldest daughter for a couple of years. But I've always taught them, homeschooled them, whether they were in school or in public school or at home. So that means during a break. That means during the summer. You understand what I'm saying? Winter break, spring break, summer. We're always learning. We have a growth and achievement environment in our home, okay? My oldest daughter, Jazzy, who just left, she knew how to read and write and do math before she went to preschool. And my youngest daughter, Maya, I started seeing if she could read when she joined my program. In order to join my tutoring coaching program where I help kids improve their behavior and learning, you have to be at least 4 years old. But she was 3 years old, and she was in the classes all the time and picking up stuff and saying answers when I was waiting for one of my students to say them. We had to get out of the room because, she would be, I'm trying to get my student to answer or read something or tell me what sound a letter makes, and she would be answering, right? But now she reads beautifully, way above her grade level. We're reading a 4th grade level story right now, and she reads that very well. She does math above her grade level. You know what I mean? So, and then I work to improve my own children's behavior and focus from home as well. So I'm not just a professional. I was a mental health specialist, work at UMD&J in Newark, and I went on to become a special education teacher. But professionally, this is what I do, okay? But I'm also a mom, and I'm also doing it with you, all right? So y'all kids, I'm really invested in your children. I'm passionate about their education and growth as well. Now, one more thing or two more things I want to tell you. One is here we combine behavior and focus strategies with literacy and math strategies. When I say literacy, math, teaching and learning, we combine them both. I learned when I was a mental health specialist that there's a correlation between acting out behavior in a classroom and the inability to do the work, keep up in class, function independently. Okay, because I saw it when we were trying to help the patients at UMD&J in Newark do their homework. They would fight so bad, they would act out so bad, even though they were good with self-control. They were running away from it because they did not like to feel failure. So when I started teaching, I improved their behavior, and I've implemented a behavior modification system in the classroom, and I taught them at the same time. And I've been doing it that way ever since. I'm convinced that we have to do both together. There's no way to improve a child's reading and academics if their behavior isn't in a way, and there's no way to just improve their behavior and then have them still function way below grade level and expect the behaviors not to come back, because the behaviors kind of are a mask, and it helps them avoid doing their work. So now that I've told you that, I want to tell you there's an after party after this. If you want to ask some questions, you want to talk, send us a message. We'll send you the Zoom link. I'll be here to answer any questions you may have afterwards, okay? Don't forget about that. And also, for more information, go to growthinstitute.mykajabi.com. Links are in the description. All right, people, are we ready? Y'all know it's Saturday. Y'all know I am pumped. I could not wait. See, this phone right here, my daughter's picture pops up, and now I'm sitting here like, oh. All right. All right. So we're gonna get started on the first one. I want y'all to understand that you can improve your child's behavior and learning from home. You can. I've been told that I couldn't do it. I've been told that as a teacher, I could improve the behavior of my students. I've been told as a teacher that I would never be able to teach my students how to read. I was told this, like, these are comments I've made. So I know that sometimes it can seem like a daunting task, or like you're not the person to do it. But I want to empower you, moms and dads. I want to empower you so that you understand that you are your child's first and last teacher, like my t-shirt says. You are your child's first. I am my children's first and last teachers. Teachers, they will meet. I love my kids' teachers right now, but they're here right now. I'm here from the beginning to the end, honey. Okay? So with that, understand that if you learn, you can structure things and you can grow your child from home. Now, we're going to start talking about the first one, okay? All right. We're going to start talking about the first one. Create a behavior action plan for both home and school. You need a behavior action plan for both home and school. It should be consistent. And it should focus on your child having self-control, self-discipline, having a self-party. Self-awareness, self-discipline, self-control, self-accountability, you know what I mean? Self-motivation. Right? So anything that your child is having a problem with in school that your child's teacher is complaining about, that's going to go in their action plan, and you're going to have them do the same thing at home, okay? They need to know that this is how I behave, whether I'm at home or I'm at school, okay? And the action plan should be complete with goals. They should have a behavior goal and they should have a learning goal. So there should be a behavior and learning action plan. Let me go ahead and add that. Behavior and learning action plan, right? For both home and school. All the students in my tutoring and coaching program have a behavior and learning action plan, okay? And they know that they're supposed to do it here, with me in the program, but this is the same stuff you're supposed to be doing at home with mom and dad, and this is what I need to hear when I talk to your teacher, okay? Make it consistent. Make sure that everybody's on the same page. Number 2, teach your child how to read at home at any age. I started my girls reading before they went to preschool. However, I've taught kids and I continue to teach kids at any age how to read. I have not met a kid yet that I've been working with that hasn't improved their reading and learned how to read. And I teach kids and I've taught kids from 4 years old. I teach kids at 4 years old, 5 years old how to read, okay? And read above their grade level all the way up to high school, okay? So at any age, do not get discouraged and feel like now my son is 14 and he is still struggling with reading. This is just the way it is. It's not, okay? You can do it, he can do it. Understand that. If you know what to do, he can do it, all right? Number 3, throw away your child's calculator. Throw it away, honey. Okay? None of my students can use calculators. My kids can't use calculators. And my youngest had the nerve, okay? Because they have the school book fair. And she saw a chocolate calculator there. It's a calculator but shaped like a chocolate bar. And she brought it home. And she's so happy about it. She know that we don't do that here. But I told her she could play with it. But when it's time to do her work for me, there's no calculator. So we know that that's the case. Throw it away, honey. Do not let your child use a calculator. If they use a calculator in school, okay. But at home, when you're teaching your child math, when you are filling in those holes in their math foundation, and what do I mean by that? I mean, they need to have skills and know and understand the concepts of math. They need to have, like, what they should have mastered, they never learned. They did learn, but they forgot. All that. Find it, teach it to them, okay? But they have to do it all by hand. Everything is by pen and paper or pencil and paper because it helps them think, because it helps them focus on what they need to do. It helps them be accountable. It's between them and the paper. There are no aides around, okay? And here we teach our children how to function independently, all right? Next. Have your child complete an independent work packet each week. An independent work packet each week. Maya has one. I think I'm trying to see. Excuse me. I'm trying to see if it's on the table in there. Sorry, I'm dropping stuff. I grabbed it from earlier. I had it earlier, but Maya has one. She has a independent work packet. And in the independent work packet, I printed out worksheets that I want her to be able to do. They're challenging for her, meaning it's not easy. Some stuff is easy. Some stuff, the easy stuff is review. The easy stuff is warm up. But then there's stuff in there that's challenging. And some stuff I knew she wasn't going to be able to do. But this is key. And this is hard for a lot of parents. And it's also hard for teachers. Kids learn better. Yeah, some of y'all might disagree with me. But I'm telling you, I'm old school. And I've been doing this for years. Okay? And when kids come into my program, it takes them a little while to adjust. But they always do. They have to complete it first on their own. Even if it's something they don't know how to do. You want them to get in the habit of doing their work on their own. Because in their school, anything that they don't know, they're raising their hands to get help. So I gave Maya some math, and she did it. She did it wrong. It doesn't matter. When I go through it with her, I'm asking her to explain each problem, to tell me what the problem is aloud, and tell me her answer, and explain explain how she got her answer. That's when I'm learning what she knows, what she doesn't know, and what needs to be corrected. So your child's independent packet needs to be a mixture of stuff that's a warm-up, stuff that's easy they can speed through, and stuff that's challenging. And then when you review it with them, you find out how they were even thinking about it in the first, how did they go about it, and what their challenges were specifically. Coach them on that, and then give it to them again, okay? Each week, your child needs to be working on this. I get complaints from parents a lot, and I know because I'm a parent, that the kids don't really have homework like every night like we used to have. Some people think that homework is something that kids shouldn't have. They shouldn't have too much homework. They shouldn't have homework every night. I'm a firm believer, because whenever you're trying to grow in an area or get better in an area, if you do it today and then you wait 4 days to do it again, it's like you kind of starting all over again. But if you started today, and then tomorrow you went back at it, and then the third day you went back at it, the fourth day you went back at it, the fifth day you went back at it, by the fifth day you have grown so much. So I believe that kids should have something they're working on every single day, so that they can get better every single day. So team homework here, y'all. Team homework. And if your schools don't send home daily homework, your child needs to have some from you. That's what the independent work packet, independent study routine I'll be talking to y'all about. And that's what that's about. They have to have something that they can concentrate and grow and focus. Here's another reason. If they don't have independent work at home, it might be stuff they're studying in school. It might be stuff that you just know that they need to learn. If they don't have this every day and sitting down and have to focus on it and have to work by themselves, when they're in the classroom, they're all over the place. They're trying to get the teacher's attention. They're trying to get the paraprofessional's attention. They're trying to get help because they're not used to it. So I'm saying that this is an impact that we as parents can make from home, because we are not going to wait for the schools to do it. We're just not. Because we got this, all right? All right. Number 5, create a second classroom in your home, all right? Create a second classroom in your home. Where does your child do work? Where are the materials for them to grab? Do they know when it's time to do homework or independent study time, where to get their own materials, how to set them up, how to sit, how long they're going to be working, how they're supposed to look when they're working? Get ready before they start working. Use the bathroom. Snack is afterwards. Do they have all that? Second classroom. When they're in the class, they can't say, oh, I want a snack now. Okay? No. There's a snack time for the little ones. There's a lunch. You understand? So we have to give them structure so that they do that when it's time to do that. And then when it's time to sit down and concentrate, they become masters. Do you understand? I've seen kids improve their concentration when we implement stuff like this. So your child can too, okay? They need a second classroom. And in the second classroom can be an area. It can be a desk and a chair, and it could be on the wall. It can have the rules, right? And it can have something else that they're looking, maybe they're spelling words that they're working on, right? A little word wall in front of them. It could be a little section of the living room. With Jazzy, I turned my whole dining room into a little classroom. I went a little overboard, but it paid off, okay? All right? With Maya, she's in my class, all day. She has a desk in her room, you know what I mean? And she's working. It's a little clipboard. She sit down and she works, She knows how to get herself ready. So whatever, just create a second classroom. There's a time for learning. It's not just homework, it's learning time. Y'all understand? Okay. Next, last. This is probably the most important. Build a bridge with your child's teacher. Build a bridge with your child's teacher. Communicating with your child's teacher on a regular basis. Like that song. Okay. Communicating with your child's teacher on a regular basis. Finding out your child's progress. Letting your child's teacher know what you've been working on with them at home. Working on at home. Asking the child's teacher how your child is doing in the classroom. Having goals for your child. Behavior growth goals. Literacy growth goals that both you know, your child's teachers know, and your child knows. Everybody's on the same page, okay? Creating an action plan, including what the teacher expects from your child in the action plan. Sending a copy to your child's teacher. Everybody knows what we're doing. Having goals for the month that, you know, you want to see for your child. You both want to see an improvement in this area. That's a goal over the next month, okay? And then, how you doing? How are the kids? You know, when I picked up Maya, I know that her teacher brought her two daughters and her niece to school for back to school. Working with Mom Day, I think it is. Bring your child to work day. There you go. Bring your child to work day. And I asked her about it and talked about the kids and everything. So she knows my kids. I'm talking to her about hers. Your child's teacher is a person with a family, right? Just like we are. And we want them to see us as people, as moms, as dads who want the best for our children. And a good way to do that is everything I talked to you about with communication, but also seeing them that way. So now you're two people who both are parents, who both want the best for your children. She wants to make sure your child is doing okay, and you want to make sure her kids are doing okay. You understand? Building a bridge is more than progress notes, progress reports, and report cards, okay? Or going on Canvas and looking to see what assignments are missing or checking grades. It's about communication. It's about, these are the adults, they got their own thing. I told my oldest daughter, I said, me and your teachers are going to be BFFs. I said, me and your teachers are going to be BFFs, okay? So, and then her teacher had to be out because he had to have a surgery, and I emailed him. Build a bridge. When you build a bridge with your child's teacher, then your child becomes a priority. And I don't mean the kind of priority where, you know, my child needs this help. He needs this service. This is in his IEP. Make sure it's done. Or when I come to school, it's going to be a problem. No, that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. And I'm not saying that it doesn't get there sometimes, okay? Because you want your child to get the best education. If you've been promised things, right? And you don't see it working out. But I'm telling you, you can get more out of your child's teacher, and your child will work hard for, your teacher will work hard for you and your child if we take this approach that I'm talking about today. Build a bridge, okay? So, create a behavior and learning action plan for both home and school. Teach your child how to read at any age. Start now, start today, okay? Throw away your child's calculator. Make them do math, honey. Make them do math. Make them work on it constantly. Make them have to think and figure it out. Don't help them in the beginning. See where they're at, okay? Make them use pen and paper, pencil and paper. Give them spelling words to master, okay? Make them practice on pencil and paper. Pencil and paper, pen and paper. I want us to get away from just trying to find an app that promises to help our children read. I'm not saying those things don't work. What I'm saying is, I've seen kids make tremendous improvement. Kids who come to my program and they're in the 6th grade and they've never been able to learn how to read, and they spend a month with me and now they're reading. The paper and pencil. Sit down and focus. Use the bathroom before you come to class, or use the bathroom before it's time to do your work. Okay? Do it yourself first. Okay? When we do this, our children get disciplined, not only in their behavior and their focus, but also in their thinking. We have to get our children to think, and we have to get our children to grow. If your child has been struggling with reading year after year after year, stop waiting for the schools to do it. If your child's having behavior problems in the classroom and some at home, year after year after year, stop waiting for the schools to put a plan together that will help your child. When he gets overwhelmed, when she gets overwhelmed, to give them extra breaks to get away from class, or they're going to throw a tantrum. No, absolutely not. Okay? Let's stop waiting for the schools to do it. We're going to do it from home. Okay? If your child doesn't do their work and they need an aide to be there, absolutely not. We're going to work on that at home, because we're not going to wait for the schools to do it. We're going to make sure our children can function independently in the classroom. Okay? So this is what this is about. We're not going to wait for the schools to do it. We're going to put plans in place. We're going to keep things moving so that our children start to grow. Be ahead of the game. We start them early, and then if they're older, what we're going to do is we're going to help them catch up. Okay? We're going to help them catch up. We're going to help them start driving the train instead of running after it, chasing it. All right? We got this, y'all. All right? I love y'all. I love y'all kids. And like I said, don't feel hopeless. If you feel hopeless, if you've been told otherwise, I'm here to tell you, Miss Rita, like, there isn't a kid that I have come across, that I have not seen them grow when we put these things in place. Okay? Whatever you're being told, or whatever you believe, or whatever you are worried about, only think that this is temporary right now where your child is. It's temporary. Think about what you want your child to be able to do. Focus on that. Put a plan together. Let's get started. And don't wait till school is out to put it together. Okay? Don't wait for the summer. Do it now. Let them know now. In the summertime, this is what's going to be going down. This is what you're going to be working on. We don't want the summer to come and then they're ready to just sleep all day and play Roblox and, play the game and not do nothing, you know what I mean? And expect you to just do things to keep them entertained. Let them know right now. It's a new day, all right? And yeah, you structure in some fun activities and everything, but make sure your child is growing this summer. Make sure they're growing. Make sure they're doing things and putting their hands, maybe put their hands in dirt. We have a garden in the backyard where my girls are we're already working on our garden. And they know different plants. They know the names of them, okay? They know seeds. They know how to plant seeds. They have them learning something. Have them writing. Have them spelling. Have them doing math. Have them doing chores. Have them cleaning up and contributing to the house. And have them experience a beautiful summer where they had a beautiful time. But they also grew and learned. So when they come back in September, or some of my students August, it's a game changer. And your child's teacher is like, man, they really improved from last year. That's what you want, okay? And that's what I want for y'all. That's what I want for y'all. All right? I want to thank y'all so much for coming. It's 12:30 right now. I'm going to be going to the Zoom meeting right now. So if you have any questions, send us a message. Hannah's here already. She's sending out Zoom links to people. But if you want to, and we don't have you in our messenger, send us a message right now, and then join the meeting, and we'll be here and we'll talk. I'll be here to answer your questions about the topic, or how to improve your child's behavior and learning from home, Or if you're looking for a tutor and coaching program, if you would like your child to get a free assessment to see where their level is, and a customized action plan, and begin tutoring and coaching in my program, I can answer your question, let you know the process there. All right? All right, love y'all so much. Believe in yourself, believe in your child, honey, and always remember that growth is unlimited. Peace.